Another lovely Tuesday morning for you. Today is Tuesday, the 17th of September, 2024. It's 9:54 a.m. This is the second attempt to locate and reunite with former Joliet Job Corps staff and former Joliet Job Corps students. The range of time is 1990 through 1996. We welcome former staff and students before 1990 and since 1996. So please contribute to our cause. To contribute to that cause, we use the Facebook page, and please go to the Facebook page and create an account. Create an account using your former name at the time when you were of staff and student, using your first, middle, and last name in full. So please help us to locate you and reunite with you. Also, once your Facebook page is created, your account, please upload videos of yourself, videos of those that you recall, photographs of yourself, photographs of those that you recall, places of those times that we were a part of. So please help us to essentially put our jigsaw puzzle of memories together to form our experience. So we would love to have you reunite with us so we can ultimately have a class reunion and keep in contact. So please contribute to our cause. I'm going to share what's in the contents of these pamphlets. Please share the names of everyone that you see, their first, last name, and nickname. What month wasn't featured was the October month. October was the page that myself and other students and Mrs. O'Malley, Mrs. Helene Pauline O'Malley, the business clerical instructor, we was in that photograph. I don't presently have that photograph, but if you look at the Facebook page for my profile, which is Malave Contreras, you'll see the profile photograph is the one that was in the October month calendar. And the one that is closest to the front wearing a black leather sweater, next is Mrs. Pauline O'Malley. That would be myself, Malave Contreras. At the time, my nickname was Scoop. Sarutno Scoop. This is a photograph at Teen Jubilations, a teen nightclub that played a lot of techno, house, and other teen-related type music. This person here with the yellow and navy blue shirt, that's Artez Nelson, Cincinnati, Ohio. This is who he hung with, who me hung with as well, who's wearing the blue with the checkerboard pattern. That's Jermaine Dabney. Jermaine Dabney, Cincinnati, Ohio. I believe the girl that he has his arm around at the time was a sort of a couple, more like puppy love, because it didn't last, if any. And there are other students within the photograph. Please identify the students that you see. Some of these were not students, they were just club goers. JOLIET Job Corps staff funded us to go here a few times. And I believe Jubilations was located in Aurora, Illinois. Please correct me if you know. This is the photograph and the front door entrance of JOLIET Job Corps campus. The one feature here, that's myself, Malabe Contreras. Mendero Jones, Marcus Howard, and I am very sorry that I don't recall my other roommate's name at the very moment, but I do have video of him to show other features of him, and we called him Face. That was his nickname, Face. After this photograph, we went to the train tracks because the name of our, and this is not the totality of our roommates. These are the other, well, this is another roommate here. And we call him Sham. And I believe his first name is Hishamadi or Heshamadi. And this is who I call Face, or who we call Face again. And I will add your name once I recall it. And again, this is Mendero Jones. And this is myself. I was called Scoop at the time. There were 6 roommates, and we were in room 263. 263. That's not the first room. The first room was 215. 250. No, actually, it was 215. Yeah, 215. Then room 209. Room 209 is the second room that we've gathered. And there's another roommate that's not featured. His name is Carlos Madrigal. Carlos Madrigal. And Carlos Madrigal and Hishamadi were quite close. And this is a dance that was in the jazzercise room. This was a dance in the jazzercise room. That's why we're dressed like that with the balloons and decorations in the background. Now, explaining this photograph, as me shared, we got dressed and we went to the Joliet train station and we stood on the tracks. Mendero Jones photographed us, or had us photographed more so because he was in it. Beautiful. In which we named our our room, our roommates, the train station, and we were the train station engineers. And so we went to the train tracks with the train in the back of us, and we posed to the front and to the side of it. And we also made videos as well, in which prayerfully disaster didn't happen, because I had great disaster happen recently, days ago, in which the VHS tapes are still in the place where it was destroyed by fire just a few days ago. That's myself again, Scoop, and Hishamati is in the driver's seat. That is a 1994 or 1995 740 IL BMW. And we are in the back parking lot of the JOLIET Job Corps Center campus, still a part of the dance that was in the jazzercise room. This ring was issued during a ceremony at the JOLIET Job Corps campus. This was 1997 when we received this. I have two of these that was issued to me because I had stayed from 1992 until 1997. As stated, please share as many details as you can about former staff, former students. If you were a student and you became a staff, please share your updates. Please share photographs, videos, FaceTime, email, telephone numbers, how to reach you text message wise, even mail. Just be as detailed as possible. Share your former nickname, share your former full name, share former nicknames and full names of those that were former staff and former students, and how we can locate everyone. Share their whereabouts, what city, what state, what country. Just share as much as you're able to do. Please contribute to our cause. As mentioned, you'll go to the Facebook webpage, create an account. It's ideal if you could use your full name of the times that you were a staff and full name at the time when you were a student. This to help us to locate you. You can still include your current name and nickname, but just to help us to locate you and remain in contact. And please help us to locate others. Help put our jigsaw puzzle pieces of our experience together to form the experience of that time. Love to have your contribution. Have a magnificent every day. Enjoy your blessings. So as stated, please share as many details as one can about former staff and former student. Share your experiences before your tenure at JOLIET Job Corps as a staff and your experience as a student before you were enrolled, before you were hired. What was your experience before this? And during this, how was your experiences? Did you have fortunes, misfortunes? What was your role as a staff? What was your trades? Did you complete your trades? Why didn't you complete your trades if you didn't? When you completed your trade, did you go on to advanced training? Did you use your studies for your career? Do you have a career? What is your career? If you have, just share. For me, I began in 1992. I was enrolled in the trade of, well, for one, I began with the GED courses. I had a high school diploma, and I was still able to accept the GED program because I wanted to challenge, was I college material, because I didn't want to be one of the people that would pass along during school and don't really qualify for college courses or jobs because my education was inferior. So after I completed 2 GEDs during my tenure, during 1990, likely 1993, that I was enrolled in Mrs. Helene Pauline O'Malley's course, Business Clerical. Then I completed that and received offers for advanced training with TCU. TCU is Transportation Communication Union. Then I also received a job offer from H&R Block at the time, and that was to be an executive secretary. I did not accept that role because it was changes that I wasn't comfortable with. Being a teenager, I was 18 at the time, in which I was not welcoming change of that magnitude to be able to go to another city or another state to be among no one that me would know of. I did enroll and complete the culinary arts course, and the last trade was help occupations state tested nursing assistant or certified nursing assistant, in which I became state tested, where one has to complete the board exam to become certified or state tested. I mean, me did that, and did that contributed to me going to Joliet Junior College and enrolled and completed being a licensed practical nurse, or being a practical nurse and then taking the state boards for that and to become licensed practical nurse. From then, during 1997 is when me left Illinois and moved to Ohio, in which it was a prosperous experience. However, my joys were left in Illinois. I've had joys in Ohio and happy that me were a part of the Ohio experiences, but I most certainly had the most fun and the greatest experience of meeting a world of people in one place. People with various cultures, people who ethnic category or ancestry stem from other cities, states, and countries. So it was a lovely experience that I would love to be a part of now, having been as I be since those times. My current role is nurtured from the business clerical courses of those times. My current role is stemmed from when I used to be a nurse. And when I used to be a nurse, it helped me to qualify for what I do currently, which is not technical as such, where one has to have great degree of knowledge. It's just more so it influenced me getting into the roles that I'm in. So my current role is a visitation clerk. And a visitation clerk is within a Department of Corrections environment. I serve inmates their telephone calls to be connected with their attorneys and select family member. And that role does involve being in direct distance of inmates. So before this role, me was a correctional officer. And I still serve those duties without that title, because at any time that a assistance is called to restrain anyone or to maintain order and control, I'm a part of that duty. So, and before me became a corrections officer, I was an intake or deputy intake clerk, which is new inmates are brought into our custody, and I would do the processing them into civilian to inmate. And that will involve many questions to learn who they are, to basically create a profile. There would be a mug shot, possible fingerprinting if we're going to keep them in our custody. And then there would be a lot of contacts to set up a court date and just learn what their needs are, among other duties. So this Joliet Job Corps has influenced what me do today. So me absolutely grateful that this was an option for me, because I was considered lost, didn't have much direction. And I more so exhausted my local community resources before me decided to source this one. I was not even aware of what Joliet Job Corps or Job Corps was. I heard the commercials at the time, or seen the commercials and heard what the radio had about Job Corps. And ultimately I found a recruiter, and this was all just me being inquisitive. No one assisted me with this. It was either this or the military. That was the options that I figured would be best for me, because I just wasn't prospering since high school. So anyway, I definitely am God grateful that there were staff who shown compassion for me, because I had a learning style that was difficult for one to educate me. So anyway, thank you for your attention, your time, your listening, and your contribution to our cause. Please contribute as much as you can. I've said this many times because I don't want it to be unwelcome, possibly. So please share. Have a magnificent every day. And as mentioned earlier, enjoy your blessings.